Hello. I know things have been quiet with the demo for a while. This isn't because of reduced development or abandonment or anything like that. Mainly, I feel I've got it in a mostly functional state, and the bulk of work has now moved on to new content. That said, I am working on a patch to fix a few issues and add a bit of functionality, some of which will be covered in this video. A big blocker for early access, naturally, is that you need more ships than just the Caravel. So, a big piece of work lately has been on taking all of the developments, the changes, systems, and general work from your feedback during the demo and applying those to the other ships. The Xebec has been the main focus of that lately, but of course that will be applying to all ships. So the Xebec has mostly been converted to use the new sailing system, the new ropes. There's been a number of model changes, mostly small, but here and there, a few things I think have been cleaned up a bit to look a little bit better and function a little bit better. With the development on ships, I am also well into the first pass of a shipyard system. So currently, how this is going to work is you're going to need to find the wreck of a ship out in the world, or find someone or somewhere from which to purchase plans for a given ship. But as part of an incentive to, explore random places, you can also find a wreck such as this. Studying it will allow you to draw up lines and plans from it. And once you have that, you're going to be able to go to a shipyard that is knowledgeable in the type of ship you've discovered plans for. Mainly being a cultural thing. So a port familiar with Imperial ships can build Imperial ships, and same idea for Kalian vessels. Once you have plans for a ship, you can go to a settlement that has a shipyard and deliver those plans. So, for example, say we've found the plans for the Satia. We can deliver it here. And once you've delivered the plans for a given ship, there's a couple of different ways you can proceed. You can either buy the ship outright, but this will be very expensive. Keep in mind, currently all of the units and pricing are very much placeholder. I haven't made any sort of economy designs as of yet. But the more standard method of gaining a ship would be through building them. This will still come with a currency cost, but it will be significantly lower. And it's not a one and done process. So you can make, for example, a partial payment, which will be persistent and saved. You can deliver partial goods if you have any aboard. And on that note, of course, I've also had to develop a method of purchasing goods instead of only accepting them through tasks, which I'm now leaning towards calling contracts. So we have a nice new asset here for the interface, as well as some new visuals for it. So instead of simply being a list of contracts, which you can still accept here. Pardon the completely broken UI here. It's just because the version I'm running here only has a single one of these functional, and it'll kind of break the back-end logic without multiple ports to build its own little network when you open it. That's not present in the playable version of the game. So you will be able to purchase goods. Different ports will produce different goods. For example, this port in the finished version will produce only linen, as it has some arable farmland here that produces flax. But you can purchase goods, assuming you have enough money to do so. And I don't have a ship parked here, but this has also come with a major change to the cargo manifest. Now has multiple tabs to it as well, allowing you to handle effectively mission cargo, but also cargo that you have purchased. Now, in the first stage of that, the only use for this cargo is for the shipyard, but much of the bones of the system are also going to be in use to a future version where you can buy cargo, sell cargo, and hopefully a degree of an economy behind that with supply and demand and what have you. Another tab that's been asked for by a few folks is you can now buy and sell provisions for your ship. So you're no longer going to be caught with a massive surplus of some kind of provision you're never going to be able to use. For a few other points on the shipyard system, I know many players have been asking me about ship customization, and I expect whatever form of this is going to exist is going to be done at the shipyards as well. Still, don't expect full sail-by-sail customization, but I am toying with the idea effectively of rigging variants. So, say you could take the Caravel and convert it to something with a bowsprit and a head sail, or the Xebec with a mix of square and lateen sails, that kind of thing. No guarantees yet, but I'm hoping to add something, but it's not going to be a incredibly in-depth system. For example, things like hull colors, sail colors, flags, maybe figureheads and other cosmetic elements would be fun to add as well, but those are still a ways off. Another thing that's been added is a new rowboat. I want the junk-style ships to have their own version of a deployable little boat. So this is currently what I have. I know that this style of ship should really have a sculling oar rather than these more Western style ones, but that's a lot of animation work to get into, so I'm not sure if I'll be doing that or just keeping slightly different hull stylings. Functionality is going to be effectively identical, but variety is the spice of life, of course. So, yeah, I wanted to thank everyone for watching. I guess uncomfortable is too strong of a word, but on a more personal note, I am very likely to be experiencing some unemployment-related concerns in the near future. I don't expect that is going to have any massive impacts on development, as I'm pretty committed to this project, but it may result in lessened time being available for development. So if you see a slowdown in videos being released, that's probably why. I have opened a Patreon, but I haven't done much setup to there. You might have seen the link in my description there. Anyone who's willing is of course welcome to donate, but I want to be clear there. Do not feel pressured to do that. I'm not a big fan of taking money without delivering something. So it's there. I may be looking at filling out some options, but I don't intend to have any kind of tiered game access or anything like that. The game's going to be released when it's in a state I'm comfortable with. And that's about it. So on that note, and brief look at the progress on the great ship model, I will get back to work and hopefully have another update out for you before Christmas. Thank you very much.